Hey there everybody, welcome back with the Plat and welcome to another unit review. Today we are going over our boy UMBRA here, who is currently farmable. Really quick, let's check, is this the right level? Chapter 5, Episode 3, Baramos? Yes, right here. Now mine is max level, max awaken, but again, with different kinds of master perks, your stats might differ slightly. Also, I've got a badass weapon. Let's go ahead and remove that as to not alter the stats too much. Remove it! Remove it! There we go. All right, so let's get into it. UMBRA, currently new free-to-play A unit. HP 643. That's pretty good. That's above average, I think, but it's not like insane. You usually like to see 750, 800, I think, for like when you start getting to the high levels. 643 though, for a guy that doesn't get that close, that's pretty good. MP 260, I don't think that's an issue. I haven't had MP issues. Attack 234, pretty much irrelevant. 290 defense. I actually think 290 defense is pretty good. I don't know for sure. 346 agility, that's actually pretty great. This guy is super fast. Actually, like, yeah, really fast. Wisdom 247. That's a little bit lower than I would like to see, but luckily it's not too hard to put some good gear on him and get that up quite a bit, but still it's a bit low. Movement 2, which is literally the worst, but it is average. Overall stats, I like his HP and I like his agility. Also, he's a unit that doesn't need to get that close. He has a lot of range, so I think it's kind of I think overall his stat spread out is pretty good. Now, what are his awakenings here? Rare MP regen. So his MP is actually even better than I thought. Again, I don't really like this that much unless you're gonna be casting a ton of spells. I'll be honest, I haven't used this unit that much, but I haven't really felt like he's had MP problems, but maybe I just haven't had fights long enough to matter. Obviously, so crack potency, crackle potency, crackle potency. So that's actually pretty good. Let's come here. Resistances are heavy resist to sizz and crack. Okay. Weak to bang and zap. Again, I don't really care too much about these because you build to the map, so you're just gonna know to use them on these stages, not use them on these stages, right? Poison resist is always nice. Martial lock. Resistant to martial lock. Immune to paralysis is pretty cool. Super weak to charm. Super weak to spell. So his ailment resistances are particularly bad. Half resistant to poison is decent, but resistance to martial lock I think is literally useless because I think he has no martial skills, so I don't even know why that's on him. Super weak to spell lock sucks. Immune to paralysis is cool, but super weak to charm. Even though it's not in the game, you can obviously tell that status effect will suck when it does affect you. As for, let's go over his abilities, then we'll go over equipment teams. All right, so the bread and butter, here we go. Sweet breath, occasionally plus 8%. We've seen sweet breath before. Puts all enemies asleep in area of effect. Sleep breath, very, very good. It just 3 tiles, so you could put multiple units to sleep. It doesn't quite have the range and flexibility of a snooze, but it has the added benefit of being able to hit multiple enemies. So if you can get some AI to stack up, you can hit multiple pretty easily too, by the way. And on like boss fights and stuff, this could be really good for ads, things that cause 0 stamina, because you might want to get a double sleep, but that could be kind of hard to get RNG wise. But Sweet Breath, very, very good. It actually upgrades with C level tomes as well. So I think it's extra good actually. I really, really like Sweet Breath. Awesome to have another unit with it. This is now the tankiest unit with it, right? They're not going to die in one hit most of the time. Crackle, we've seen Crackle. It's good. You know, it's like what the best ice spell that's not on an S unit, right? So the fact that he can, if he's at range 3, or if something's like close to him, he could use one of these, like range 1 or 2. He doesn't have to move into a weird spot. He can kind of always use a move no matter how far an enemy is, like as long as they're within these 3 tiles. It's kind of nice to have a square 1 in front of you or 2 in front of you attack. That way, for just if you had only Crackle and they got up next to you, you might have to move back 2 and you may not be able to because there may be a unit there. So this means that he could have some flexibility. If you can't get damage in, you might still be able to get a status ailment in. Crackle's pretty good. His agility isn't amazing. Sorry, his wisdom isn't amazing, but it's still pretty good. And this is the breath everyone's talking about, Putrid Breath. I'm gonna be honest, I think Putrid Breath isn't good. Now, I'll be honest, I haven't used it that much. We are gonna use it in combat here to test it out, but occasionally, start off with the word occasionally. That's bad, right? Occasionally on sleep means occasionally hard CC someone for 2 turns. Occasionally lower attack and wisdom means occasionally slightly decrease their damage. So if this was 100% and you decrease their attack and wisdom, I don't know what it is. If it's 15, 30, 45, the same to the buffs with the opposite, I don't understand why this would be remotely good. You don't want to occasionally lower some stats slightly. What you'd rather have, and what are you gonna do? You can stack this 3 times, get it 45%. If this does 2 stacks at a time, then maybe it's okay to use once. But if you have to do 3 casts to get up to full stacks, like, it would be better to put them to sleep and attack them twice, you know? Spend your 3 turns doing that. Like, put them to sleep, and then attack them, and then put them to sleep, and then attack them. Like, kill the unit. Don't just make their stats slightly weaker. Just kill the unit. I think Putrid Breath probably really, really, really sucks. The times I could see it being good is against maybe some sort of boss that's disproportionately leveled to your party. Maybe they have like 1,000 attack, and so you're getting a huge % discount where maybe a unit can go from not being able to survive to being able to survive. But against things that are like on like an arena, like things on even playing field, I think Putrid Breath is really bad. But maybe that's not worth design. Maybe it's designed specifically for really hard boss content, to make it so you don't get one shot, in which case I could see it being niche for sure. But still, I'd rather have a unit probably attack 3 times, but I could imagine a perfect fight for this unit. But besides that, just having Sweet Breath and Crackle on a fast unit with good HP, it's just a solid good unit. I don't think it's like incredible, it's a must-have unit, but it is really nice to have access to Sweet Breath, right? There's other units with access to Crackle, probably units that could do it just better, but none of those units that have Crackle, I think, have Sweet Breath as well, and it's really nice to have that kind of flexibility, in my opinion. As for, like, people wanted me to talk about scrolls, the thing is I don't really use scrolls, so I don't really want to suggest a scroll, have someone use it, and then be like, that sucked. I'm like, yeah, because I'm speculating, right? Like, I would never normally put Bang on Zoma, but apparently that's really good, right? And I haven't done that, so it's one of those things that a more experienced player could probably go over what kind of scrolls, because they're limited, right? As for equipment, this is pretty straightforward, right? You're going to want HP, you're going to want Wisdom. I had this, let's go here, sort by rank, because the higher the rank, the better it is 100% of the time. There's no question about that. I personally just liked using my Dragon Lord staff on him. I don't have a Dragon Lord, but I got the staff. It does have a lot of Frizz-type potency, so normally I actually wouldn't even use this. Wow, that's actually a pretty good staff. I didn't know I had such a good staff. Damn. Look at that. Well, it's still, like, ridiculous amounts of Wisdom, though. For armor, there's not really that much options. And now, basically, when you're building a team with this guy, you either are going to want him to be full support, or you're going to want him to exploit weaknesses, right? For the most part. You're going to want something that's weak to sleep, and that he could just keep him slept for, like, the whole round, kind of use a Draki roll, but a Draki can do way more damage and is way tankier. Or you're just going to want him as, like, a really strong crack user. But if you're going to use him as a leader, on the other hand, you've got this team right here. He increases inorganic crack type potency. Now, I won't lie, this team is not perfect. I have a level 1 unit on here, but these are just some of the teammates you could use if you want to use him as a leader. These are all the crack inorganic characters. So this is actually every inorganic character that is crack. So he has exactly enough for a full team of things that his leadership ability could benefit from. But there are probably a decent amount of scrolls you could add to any unit to also get a benefit. But you know what? Let's go ahead and fight Great Troll. You guys know how I like to do it. Got 0 stam. I actually have a lot of extra stamina today. Oh, I need to make a guide for this. We'll do that. We'll do that later. Boss battle, normal. You know what? Could I do that? Show off the new boss? Maybe it's hard. You know what? Let's not do it. Let's not do it. Let's just fight good old Great Troll. Great Troll is always a fun fight, right? I do want to prep. So I don't know if I'll win this. Obviously, I have a 100 killing machine that could probably just carry, but also at the same time, I'm not 100. I got a level 1 unit and but I do got a really good tank for this fight. We'll see. All right, so I want you up front. I kind of want you on the side. I'm gonna have these guys all tackle that, and you're gonna stay right there. Let's go ahead and crank that light up just a little bit. Oh, you outspeed everything, bro. You're actually a little too fast for this fight, maybe. If I actually would have moved you over here, could you have got the Condor? 1, 2, no, not quite. All right, it's fine. You're actually gonna wait. He's faster than everyone in this fight. That's actually crazy. So he has insane agility. I do want to move up here, I think. Kind of gives me good positioning for next round. This guy always kabuffs the first turn, then he moves up this troll. This guy is actually, like, pretty good. Do you have the leadership? You do have the leadership ability. Look at that. Extra 10%, and he's weak to it. Let's go. Leadership ability coming in handy, bro. All right, what do you do? Chili breath? Do it. I'm actually going to make a full ice breath team. And I'm very excited for that. Cool breath. You know what? Do your thing. You're level 1. How much damage do you do at level 1? 31 damage with Brilliant. That's actually for a level 1. I don't think that's too bad. So I do want to use his crack here, I think. We could also use this sweet breath and just put this guy to sleep. That might be kind of fun. I actually think I do want to just crack, though, because I want this guy to, I want them to die so I could try to use the putrid breath on the main boss. Yeah, that guy's dead. Come on. We all know. All right, how much do you hit for? Oh, you don't have the leadership ability. It's okay. You're still a badass. Oh my god, that was no damage. Uh-oh. We could totally lose this. Slashing Edge is definitely his more powerful attack, the one that we don't want to see as much. All right, you go ahead and use Frigid Breath or Cool Breath. Frigid Breath. Ooh, you can actually come up here and hit both of these guys. You know what? That's slightly more fun. Let's do that. You know what? Let's just kill him. This guy is going to attack prep this turn anyway, so we're not too concerned. Look at that. Tanky as fuck. A lot of HP. So I kind of want to just crack slash you. 880. Pretty nice. We don't want him to do... He's going to do that spinny attack, which I don't really want him to do. So I'm going to stay right here for now. And I'm actually going to... This guy is also a low level, but he's actually doing a pretty good job against this Saber Cat right now. I want to use Putrid Breath on him, see how that effect works. It did not work. All right, so I suspect that I hate the Putrid Breath ability, but you know what? We're going to go for it. Hey, defense returns to normal. That's nice. This guy's got HP for days, bro. He's actually got really, really high defense, too. How much do you have? 9, 18. You could do this a couple times. Go ahead and use Cool Breath. I think we might just go for the kill on this thing here. I do want to win if I can. I really want this Future Breath to land. If I don't win, that's okay, but I really want this. Okay, Wisdom decreased. Oh, it actually has separate stat attacks. Oh, that's not what I wanted. I was hoping the guy would attack my weaker guy. Let's take a look here. 15%. Yeah, that sucks. I think that ability is something that looks cool on paper, and then you realize that it actually is fucking trash. That guy, I did not expect to do that move, so my guy's actually stuck in here. But that's one reason why this, you know why... Do we actually just move up here? Like, you can't really even do anything. We're kind of boned. He moved in a one spot that I didn't want him to. So we're gonna move this guy up here just so he can get out of the way. That was such a nightmare. That guy did the perfect tactical move for us to fuck up. All right, but you should be able to kill this guy, right? Thank you. What's with all these misses? That's 2 misses in a row. What the fuck? That's just bad luck, I think. All right, we can crack them both and they should still both be dead. Don't do that, please. That is not what I want. There we go. All right, we did get him down. Now you're going to one-shot this guy. Oh, he didn't, even with the attack up. Nice. This guy, get bad armor, man. This guy is so good. Can you help us out? Thank you. No more misses for us. All right, we're going to come up here. This is a longer fight than I thought, but we're fighting for it. Might as well crack a bunch. I probably should just put like something that gives increased potency. Ooh, yeah, we're toast. I don't even know if we have enough mana, do we? No, we have spontaneous mana regen. We should have enough. How much is he actually doing here? He's doing 343. That's like really good hits. I think I just don't go over there. If I hit him, he can only move up. I don't think he could hit me here. He might have a boulder toss or something, but I don't think so. Oh, damn. I forgot that he had the diagonal attack for a second there. All right, well, we could have got him if we would have just moved away one more tile and hit him 2 more times. So we did lose that fight, but whatever. Overall, Putrid Breath is really bad. Sweet Breath is obviously very good. We didn't want to utilize it there, and we really lost to just having some bad tactics there. It was me playing badly, not as much the unit. The unit did pretty good damage. Sweet Breath is great. Putrid Breath, I don't understand why you would want to waste turns doing that. I understand it's the only way to offensively reduce magic damage, but that's worse than buffing your own units, right? You would rather give your units magic resist because it always lands than try to debuff an enemy unit. Now, it is both attack and magic, but units are only going to use one or the other of those almost every single time. And even then, it doesn't reduce martial, it doesn't reduce breath, and then even then, it's only 15%. Like, the physical attack seems reasonable. So the thing about wisdom, lowering at 15% is just 15% less damage, obviously. But when it's physical, you lower their attack 15%. That messes up the formula, and that could be a greater amount of damage. It's not a direct 15%, right? Because the number going into the formula is different. When it comes to wisdom, it's like this much wisdom on this spell equals this much damage because there's no defense modifiers. So overall, let me rank this opinion. And let me give you my personal opinion on this unit. I really, really like UMBRA a lot, honestly. As a free-to-play unit, it's very powerful. It's got, I love the flexibility of having good ice damage and having the ability to sleep units, right? He could be like a semi-support unit in the right fights. But he is not a needed. He doesn't do anything that you need that another unit doesn't do. He's a good combined package though, right? A lot of goodness in this unit, but he's not quite armful levels of good in my opinion. But I do like him. I like him quite a bit. So I'm gonna give him honestly a 6 out of 10. He's probably closer to a 5, but with free to play, you get an extra point from me. And to be honest, he's not a slime, so he's gonna have to get a 0 out of 10 on that scale, unfortunately. And I can't even give him any bonus points for anything. He doesn't even have a mouth. I mean, maybe he does when he's angry. Can you do something angry? Okay, he's got a mouth. All right, so he gets a 1 out of 10 on the slime scale. Anyway, guys, until next time, Purplatypus is Purplatypus. Hope you liked this video. Let me know if you want to see more and what units you want to see next. See you next time, friends.